we're going to start off a little bit different. I'm going to start with 2 ones, 2 singles here. Okay? So, who can tell me how many I have? Oh my goodness, Austin popped up there. I thought I was teaching a filing cabinet there for a minute. Okay, so Austin, talk to me. There's 2 what?
Straw things.
Okay, but in math, what would we call them? Tens or ones?
Ones.
Ones. Okay. Sometimes you might hear me call these singles. Okay, because they're like a single straw thing. Okay, but they're ones. In math, when we're using the right words, these are ones. Okay. And I noticed that on my computer that's recording, it might be lagging. The video might be lagging behind a little bit. Okay, so I'll try to slow down just a little bit so it doesn't lag so much. So we have 2, and what does that look like, Austin?
Looks like 2 ones.
It looks like 2 ones. So I can write this looks like 2 ones. Okay, so we're using the units, and if I'm just going to write the numbers, I'm going to write it's the 2, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to add 1 bundle. 1 bundle of 10. So when I do that and I slide it over there, what will we have this time? Zoe, unmute and talk to me.
We'll have 12.
We'll have 12. Okay, so how did you get 12?
10 plus 2 is 12.
10 plus 2 is 12, she said. So this was 1 tens. This is 2 ones. When I add them together, am I going to add 2 plus 1 is 3? No, I'm not. Why don't I do that? Why don't I say 2 plus 1 equals 3 on this one? Why is that wrong? Haley.
Because you have 110.
All right, I have 110. This is tens. This is ones. They're not the same unit, are they? No. Okay, yesterday when we was doing this, and all the days before when I was adding stuff and subtracting stuff, it was all the same unit. Yesterday it was dimes, and then all the other days it was tens. This is the first day that some ones showed up, right? All right, so I don't say 2 plus 1 equals 3. No, this is going to be different. This is going to equal, okay, I'm going to list the tens first because that's the bigger unit. I'm going to say it's 1 tens and it's 2 ones. All right. So now, if I take my eraser, if I say, remember our trick, 1 tens turns into just a 10. 2 ones is not going to turn into a 20. It's going to turn into a 2. Okay, so Zoe originally told me she knew that 10 plus 2 was 12. Okay, so what I got over here is 1 10 and a 2. And when I put it together, I get 12. Okay, so our thinking's a little bit different today because some ones are showed up. Okay, now if I have tens, I can always add tens together. If I have some more ones, I can always add ones together. but I don't put tens and ones together until I come up with the answer at the end. Okay? All right, so that's kind of different today. So I'm going to erase this. I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to put the tens on this side because that's the bigger unit. So I have a 1 10 and 2 ones. That's my start number. Okay? And I'm going to add this. All right. Kaylee, was that a hand up or like I don't know about that. It is a hand up? Okay. So I got Callie's hand up and I got Kaylee's hand up. I got some more hands up. Good. Gracie, I'd like to hear from you.
20.
All right, I've got 20 like there, but what about those?
2.
Uh-huh. So this is 20 and these makes
2.
all right, but all together when I push them together, this is the 20 and this is 2. So all together it's
22.
there we go. All right, so Gracie did what a lot of first and second graders usually do when I do this stuff with them. Okay? She put the 2 tens together. She kind of forgot about the ones. We can't forget about the ones. Okay? And I know this is new, and we're going to forget about them at first. And it's okay to forget about them at first. We just got to learn our brain and train our brain to not forget about those ones. Okay? So, let's do some labeling. I have 1 tens. I have 2 ones. And over here I have 1 tens. All right. So I've got 1 tens, 2 ones, and 1 tens. And I'm adding this stuff together. Is there anything here that's alike that we could put together? Kaylee.
The 10s.
The tens. I can put them together, can I? Okay. So when I do that, okay, I'm going to put them together. All right, and I'm going to kind of change that so it won't go off the screen for you. Okay, and I'm going, if I put a 1 10 and another 10 together, it gives me 2 tens. And then what about the ones? They don't have anything to do with it. Can't add anything to them, can we? Okay, but I can't do like Gracie at first forgot about them. I can't forget about them. Okay, so I'm going to bring them over here and say it's 2 ones. And when I add this stuff together, 2 tens is 20. 2 ones is 2. And that gives me 22. Okay? So that's how that works. I put my tens together and made 20. I only had 2 ones and I didn't have any more ones to put with them. So I just brought them along for the ride. And when I put them together, it's 20 plus 2, and that's 22. And I like how this works. I can say the tens, I can say 20, and these are 2, and I say 22, and it tells me the answer. I like how that works. Okay? All right. Any questions about that? Everybody understand that? Yep. All right. I got some thumbs up and some head nods. All right. So now, I now have this over here, and I'm going to separate them a little bit so you can see that there's two of them. Okay, and I'm going to add this one. And I'm going to slide it up a little bit to the top of your screen so I've got more room down here to write this time. Okay? All right, I love all these hands up. All right, Callie, talk to me.
It's 32.
All right, so she tells me that I'm ultimately going to get 32 here. Okay, can you explain how you got that?
If you take the 20 and add the 30 to it, and then add the 2, it makes 32.
All right, so let's slow down and let's do this one step at a time. Tell me the first step.
You take the 20.
And the 20, you're talking about this 20?
Yes.
Okay, take that 20 and
then you take the 10.
You take the 10.
And you add those together to get 30.
Okay, so let's stop. Let's stop right there. So I could write 20 here. I could write 10. Okay, wait a minute. And you told me to put them together. So I'm going to show them putting together by drawing these lines like this. And these put together would make 20 plus 10, which you're saying is 30, right?
Yes.
All right.
And then you add the 2 to the 30.
So then I've got 2 here, and the 2 doesn't have anybody to go with, right?
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to draw it down here and say this is a 2. And this together gives me 32, right? So that equals 32. Okay? Now, we did it the number way. So I'm going to erase that. And I'm going to do it the tens way. So I'm going to say this is 2 tens. This is 2 ones. This is 1 tens. So when I put these two together, I have 2 tens plus 1 tens, which gives me 3 tens. And I still don't have anybody to put with the 1, so I'm going to come over here and say this is 2 ones. 3 tens is 30. 2 ones is 2. And when I put them together, it gives me 32. Okay? All right. Everybody follow that? Yep. Okay. No questions? Nope. But all right. So I've been making little jumps of 10. Okay? So we're going to make a bigger jump this time. We're going to stretch your brain a little bit. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put these back over here together. Okay? And notice I didn't just slide them together. I'm putting the 10s together and I'm leaving where you can see the 1s. Okay? I'm trying to help you all I can. But this time, instead of just doing 1 10, I'm going to do 2 10s. So I'm adding 2 10s. I'm giving some wait time. I got 3 of you that have your hand up, and then it looks like Gracie's still thinking, so I'm giving her some think time. Austin looks like he's having a good lunch. All right. Gracie's got her hand up now, and Austin, can you talk to me for a minute? All right, what you're thinking here?
If you add 2 to 3, that equals 5.
Okay, so let's stop right there. Okay, he said that 2 and 3 is 5. Okay, and he's exactly right. Hey, does everybody see a 2 and a 3 up here that we could add together? Yeah, I do too. Here's a 2. Here's 2 10s. Here's 3 10s. And if I put them together, it's going to give me 5 10s. Right? Okay. Now what else? What else, Austin?
You add 2, and then you have 52.
All right, but I can't add the 2 to the 10s just right away, right? Okay, I've got to change this into 5 10s is 50. Now I'm going to bring my 2 down here and I'm going to add it, and then I get 52. Right? Exactly. Good job, Austin. All right. Everybody understand that? All right. So I'm going to show you another way of ultimately the way that we're going to do this. Okay. So I'm trying to slide up so everybody can. I've got plenty of room here to the right. This is 32 plus 20. Okay. So if I pull the 32 apart, I've got 30 and 2. If I make this number bond here, okay, and this 20, it's already a tens number, so I don't have to pull it apart. Okay, if we already have a tens number here, I don't have to pull that apart. So I've got a tens number and a tens number. So I'm going to say 30 plus 20 equals 50. Okay, so that I got rid of that one. I got rid of that one. The only one left is that 2. So I can either put plus 2 equals 52, or I could come down here and write 50 plus 2 equals 52. Okay, I could either extend this on out, or I could drop down here and write it like that. Okay, so that's ultimately what we're going to be doing. Okay, without materials. Okay, but we're not there yet, so don't worry. All right, I just wanted to show you where we're headed, and we probably won't get there today. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this on over here. So I've got 52, and I'm going to add some more to it. All right. Just when you got comfortable in your thinking, I'm going to change it up just a little bit. Okay? I'm going to add this to it. Wow, everybody's hands up quick on that one. All right, Zoe, talk to me. Okay, I can't hear you very good. All right, so how did you add the other 2? So you're at 52, and you're like, in your mind, you said 53, 54? Counted up by ones, yep. Okay. What if, and I know 2 counts, hey, that's not very much, is it? Okay. So that's very successful when we do that, just 2 counts. But is there a way we could have done it without counting? Austin's shaking his head. Okay. Callie's got her hand up. Oh, everybody's shaking their head. Great. Hey, let's see here. Callie, what's a different way to do that without counting?
You could remember the basic fact 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Exactly. Okay. So I know Zoe, you've been on here the last 2 days and you missed a few days of this, and that's okay. But I've been talking about use what you know. Try not to count. And 2 counts is, hey, that's easy. Most of the time we can put 2 counts together and not get something wrong. But a lot of times, if it's bigger than that, we start getting things wrong because it's too much counting. Okay, so I want us to exercise our brain to make us smarter by using what we already know. And Callie said a basic fact that she knows, and we all should know, is 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, but Callie, there's 2. Where's the other 2?
It's with the 52.
Oh yeah, so I've got 52 and I've got 2. So our problem is really 52 plus 2. And she decided she's going to break this into a 50 and not worry about the 50 right now. And she's got this 2, and she's going to add these together right there. So in her mind, she's thinking 2 plus 2 equals 4. And she knocked out that 2 and knocked out that 2. And the only thing is left is the 50. And I'm going to add this 4 to it, and it's 54. Come up with the exact same answer, but we used a fact we already know, okay, instead of counting. Anytime you can do that, I want you to do that, okay? All right? So, this 50, I didn't have anything over here to add to it, did I? Okay? There's no 10s over here at all. They're all just 1s. Okay? So that's how I changed this up. We got used to adding 10s, and then I just show you 1s. Okay? Some people would say, have 10s in their head, kind of stuck, and they would have said 5 plus 2 is 7 10s. Okay? They would have called these 10s. Okay? You all didn't do that. Just make sure you don't mix them up, okay? All right, you are doing great. All right, so I think we're going to do one more, and then we're going to kind of stop for the day since today is Friday. We'll end a few minutes early, okay? And then we might talk a little bit. Let's see here. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to switch back to just 10s. Okay, so I've got this start number here, and I switch back to 10s on you. So you got to kind of click in your head and think, all right, now he's talking about 10s again. Kaylee.
If you add the 10 to 50, it's 64.
Oh my goodness, let's see here. She says that I've got 54 here, okay, and she's seeing 50 and the 4 separated. I mean, you can see it right there separated, right? Okay, and then this is just a 10. So she takes this 50 and this 60. I'm sorry, this 50 and this 10, and she makes a 60. And the 4 just comes along for the ride. It was almost like she said, it'll take 50 and 60, and it makes 64. That 4 just come right along with it, right? Okay? So we're going to draw it over here, and we're going to put a plus, and that's 64. Wow. That works really nice, doesn't it? Okay? Now, the problem with it is we always don't just have 1s, and we don't always just have 10s. Okay? A lot of times, most of the time when we're adding and subtracting, we have 1s and 10s over here, and we have to deal with both of them. We haven't done that today, though. And we didn't do any subtraction today. So right now, this seems really easy. It's going to start getting a little bit harder as we go on. But you all have done a great job.